We're back again, once again, to talk about more movies with Bryce.
Bump the table, everything's shaking.
Yes, I shake the table. I ruined the episode. Welcome back, everybody, to Cat Girl Film Podcast. No, we did not take a multi-week break because, you know, it was almost 4 hours, I think, of us constantly talking about our top 50.
Around that 4 hours-ish.
But we're back again.
Yep.
We're talking about 2 movies today. It is our number 50 favorite movie. Let's see, Bryce, what is our 50th favorite movie? Or at least yours.
So we really starting off with me for this one?
Yeah, let's start off with you.
Alright. Well, I had for my number 50 slot, Brain Donors. Barely got onto the list. It was a interesting movie. I was like, I'll put it on here. I don't know if it will stay on here kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I was like, it's number 50. We're going to review it. I'll leave it. Because I thought it was a very interesting thing to put on there.
Yeah. I had never heard about this movie at all.
Oh, yeah. This was a commercial bomb of a movie.
Yeah.
It bombed.
Before I watched the movie, I decided, okay, I'm going to look it up, see who's all in it. Mm-hmm. Not that very many well-known actors.
No, it was a pretty unknown movie. And, like, not a huge budget, and still it bombed.
Yes. And, yeah, it bombed severely bad. I don't even think it cracked $1 million in the box office.
Oh, probably not. It bombed. And even on home video, when that came out, it bombed there, too.
Okay.
So.
From what I read, though, it was saying, like, it did moderately better.
Yeah, it did better on home video.
Yeah.
It did better,
But it was also out of print for a number of years until they finally released it on DVD. I don't think it's on Blu-ray, but they have released it
Probably not.
But they have released it on Amazon.
Yeah, it is on Amazon. I checked that. It's on Amazon.
Yeah, and I actually figured I'll buy it and just show it to some people just to get their reaction on it, because I have some thoughts, and I don't think it's bad, but that's what I'll start off with. I'm very interested about it because it reminded me of another movie that's similar to it.
Yep.
With a big asterisk, I should say. Well, hang on. It's probably not what you're thinking. So, Bryce, tell the audience, what is Brain Donors about?
So, Brain Donors, it is a screw-ish ball comedy. A lot of, like, quick wit kind of stuff that is following a ambulance-chasing lawyer that weasels his way into controlling a ballerina company, and the absolute hijinks that ensue from that.
Yes.
There's many other characters, but you can kind of tell that they had some big ideas for where this was going to go, and it did not.
Yeah. Okay, so... So that ambulance-chasing lawyer, he was the only actor that I vaguely know of.
Yes.
Because he is also a actor in a... Well, it's a well-known movie to an extent. What is it? Big Lebowski.
Yes.
He plays Jesus. I forgot his last name. He plays a character in the bowling alley. That's all we really need to know. And honestly, I didn't even recognize him. He looks completely different. This movie came out around the same time, too. Like, very close. Yeah, like, Brain Donors, I think it said it came out in the early 90s. I mean, Big Lebowski only came out a couple years later.
Yeah,
so
like, it's insane how different they look in those two movies. Yep. Like,
let's see here.
But we'll talk about Big Lebowski later, because one of us has that on our lists.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we do. Huh. Now... This is what Brain Donors reminded me of. Marx Brothers movies.
Yep.
It is very much a homage to the Marx Brothers, Groucho Brothers, all those guys from the classic era of silent movies, very much oriented around slapstick comedy.
A lot more quick wit.
Yeah, more quick wit oriented.
Because, like, ones like Groucho Marx and Chico Marx were very well known for, like, fast banter, while it was someone like Harpo that was a lot more slapstick. But they wound up blending their styles together quite well.
Yes, because one of the characters is very much a Harpo-esque character. He's very much focused around physical comedy.
Yes.
And honestly, no idea who he was whatsoever, but my God, he was actually a very brilliant physical comic.
Yeah. He had very good prop-based comedy, I would say. He made good work of it. He had good physical expressions. And
like, it's taking a large amount of those types of movies and blending it into the modern day.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Like modern technology and all that other stuff. Well, modern for the 90s, I should say.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, it still works today. I don't think there's an issue with that.
It is definitely a love letter to this kind of older era of comedy.
Yes.
Where there was this kind of what it used to be a long time ago, back in, like, the 40s, because minor history lesson here now for how this used to work, a lot of the time, actors were not hired for comedy movies. The character the actor played was hired for the comedy movie.
Yes.
So this is where we get people like Charlie Chaplin, who Charlie Chaplin wasn't as hired as the Tramp was hired. And this also continues to things like the Three Stooges. It wasn't so much like Curly Howard, Moe Howard, Larry Fine. It wasn't so much those guys being hired as it was the Stooges being hired.
Yes.
And that continues for the Marx Brothers as well. It wasn't so much like, well, Groucho Marx being hired, but the character of Groucho Marx being hired.
Yes.
So that's kind of like how it used to work, because it was very vaudevillian.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what movies used to be, was people went to a stage, they sat down, and they watched a vaudeville performer live on set, and just do their thing. And so when they went to go make comedy movies, they were like, well, vaudeville works so well, so why don't we just, like, make that, but better?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the formula they kind of used. And we're like, okay, who do we hire here? Ah, well, this actor does this character, we should hire this character to do the movie.
Yes.
And so it was very akin to that, and this movie definitely follows that, I shouldn't say philosophy, but wants to follow that route of, we're making a character here in the movies, and we're making the movie around the character, so much as like, okay, here's the plot to this, how do we fit the characters into it?
Yes. Oh boy. Now, I'm actually happy that you mentioned a certain trio of men, or characters from that time period. So, I mentioned earlier that this movie reminded me of another movie, and it was actually not in a... Well, it reminded me of them and not in a good way. It was the Three Stooges. Have you ever seen, in the early 2010s, I think it came out in 2013 or 2012.
Yes, I know, the Three Stooges movie.
Yes. There's a lot to be said. Like, there's other movies as well that try to make movies in homage or in the spirit of, say, the Marx Brothers, and of course they did the Three Stooges, try to bring them into the modern day, which kind of is an eye roll for me, because I think the Three Stooges are mostly timeless.
Yeah.
But
so the problem I have with the Three Stooges movie, for example, number one, there's a lot of studio interference. Oh my god, you can watch the movie. There is like a billion celebrity camos.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say here. The movie did not allow the Three Stooges themselves to shine, and they tried to, like, say, push onto modern celebrities, at least for the time, because, like, they had the Jersey Shore on there, for example.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah, so, like, it's like, whenever the Three Stooges had, like, say, a celebrity cameo, they were not, like, the focal point in it. And then, like, the Stooges were right there. No. It's just the Stooges were just around the celebrity, and it just complements them, and it works with them. People like Snooki is not exactly something that works well with Stooges comedy.
No.
The funny part is, though, I thought the actors that played the Three Stooges in that movie were...
Yeah, no, they were fine.
Yeah, they were actually pretty solid. Like, that was the best that they probably could do, at least Three Stooges-wise, in the modern era. Unfortunately, I think. There might be something better you could do.
There's some stuff I've seen that, like, oh, they could probably do Three Stooges, but, like... That's, like, irregardless.
Yeah, well, I have this, like, the studio had no faith in people knowing who the Three Stooges were. I mean, kids may not know who they are, but their parents would know.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, this is what these guys were. They were in comedy for almost 40 years.
Yeah, because they got their start in vaudeville with, the Stooges. Like, they were a side act for a long time. Before eventually they kind of got a bust out, because it was Shemp for the first bit of it. So it was Shemp for a while, and then they actually got into the film.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we're dropping Shemp for Curly. For, like, a bunch of backstage reasons I'm not going to get into.
Yes.
But it was like, Shemp couldn't do it, he had other commitments, so Curly came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was them for a long time until Curly died, Jerome Howard, who played Curly. He died very young, and so Shemp had to step back in.
Mid-40s, I believe he died from.
Super young. Oh my god.
I think it was Moe that lasted the longest.
Yes, it was Moe. Like, it was Larry, and then, like, a year later, Moe.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was, like, Curly for a long time, and then Shemp stepped back in, because Curly was gone.
Yes.
And Shemp, because this is what the original idea for the Stooges were. it wasn't them trying to portray one type of stooge. There wasn't the archetypes. Each person was supposed to bring their own idea of a character there. So when you watch Shemp era Three Stooges versus Curly era Three Stooges, very different.
Yes.
Because the dynamic's different, but it still works. Shemp is still an amazing stooge. But once Shemp died, they were like, okay, we need to hire other people to pretend to be Curly.
Yes.
And it did not work.
Yeah. I love how we just went into a tangent about the Three Stooges,
yes.
and we should talk about Brain Donors. So the reason why I think we bring up Three Stooges, Brain Donors takes a large amount of the inspiration of Marx Brothers and all those physical comics from the Silent Age, getting into the talkie
Vaudevillian age.
Vaudevillian Age, there you go. They took those ideas that they had and I wouldn't even say updated, they just brought it into the modern era. And I honestly think this is pretty solid.
Yeah. The only big change I feel they made is, because obviously they're not the same characters. There is some homages, by the way.
Yeah.
Like Roland T. Flackfeiser's a reference to a Groucho Marx character, Rufus T. Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like, then several of the names in the movie are very clearly homages to Marx Brothers films.
Yes.
And you can tell the writers were like...
Technically, the movie Brain Donors, it's still like a quasi-remake of a Marx Brothers movie.
Yes, it is
Instead of it being, like, since Brain Donors is all about three guys trying to run a ballet company, in the older version of it, I think it was supposed to be an opera?
Yes, so the one it is it's a very, very loose remake of A Night at the Opera.
That's it. Yeah.
Which you might know the name of, because that was the title that Queen stole for the name of their album.
Oh, yeah.
Queen was like, oh, we really like this movie, and they took it and named their album after it. So
that makes a lot of sense. Now, I have a fun question for you, Bryce.
Yes.
What is your favorite line from this movie?
Oh my god.
Because there was, like honestly, I tried keeping up at all these different random lines, and all of them, a lot of them are really good. And of course, it's the lawyer character that has the best lines.
He is the quipper of the bunch, but
yep.
The one that always stands out to me, because I reference this every once in a while, is, who wants to tell this to my 24-year-old international wet t-shirt contest nymphomaniac secretary? The other
honestly, I actually thought the line that you were going to go with was, oh, please, darling, just call me what everybody else calls me.
Yeah, that's another good one, yeah. Oh, just, darling, please call me what everyone calls me, your royal sex machine.
I think my favorite one was when all of our main characters are in a dressing room, and you have the comic actor just, he's asked by the lawyer, didn't you bring a tuxedo for tomorrow night? And then he's like, oh yeah. And then he just undresses, and he's like, it's good for tomorrow night, but did you bring anything else? You're overdressed. And he's like, oh yeah. And then he just rips everything off, and he's like, I'm very impressed.
I didn't bring any luggage. This all makes sense now.
It all makes sense now. I actually read more into the movie that they were wanting to bring in actual, really prominent comedians like Jim Carrey into the movie.
I'm so glad they didn't, honestly.
Honestly, I kind of agree, yeah.
I'm so glad they didn't.
Because I can't remember who the other two actors were, but they were also prominent comics during the 90s. Bringing in lesser-known character actors or anything like that honestly just makes it shine even more. I'm kind of sad that nothing ever became of this.
Yeah, no, they clearly put a lot of love and care into making these characters.
Yes.
And they're, pretty different from the actual Marx Brothers characters themselves.
Yeah, they separate themselves just enough to where, you see where they are getting a homage, or at least their inspiration from, but it's just different enough to where, they shine through in their own specific ways.
Yeah, so an example being, let's go with Harpo Marx, who was the silent brother. A lot of very notable stories about him, because he was, he did not talk in the films. And so he relied almost completely off of slapstick and prop-based comedy. And he was this kind of, little gremlin that wandered around chasing women, pulling out weird things and holding them to people, trying to get them to, grab his legs or cutting things off of people's clothes. Harpo Marx, the character, was this little gremlin that caused problems everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm.
Compare that to the character Jacques. He is another prop-based, character. But he's a lot more, I would say, of an ignorant character. Kind of stumbling around, causing problems wherever he goes, opposed to being this little gremlin who's actively causing them.
Yes.
So, they're quite different. Another good example is Chico Marx. Chico Marx is one of those, I don't think the character has aged amazingly, because it was almost a stereotype of Italian Americans for the time period.
Yes, that's right. But meanwhile, in this movie, he is a British taxi driver.
Yes.
And he just lets him have his actual natural voice, because I think the actor is actually British.
I believe that is correct, yes. And he comes off like this... It's more funny because it comes off as like this British man trying to be a New Yorker, almost, because it seems like that. So it's really ridiculous.
Yep.
But he doesn't change the accent at all.
Shoot. I'm trying to think about other things in the movie that surprised me. Oh yeah, the opening credits and the ending scene with the claymation.
Yes, very old school claymation too.
Actually, I am very familiar with who made those, actually.
Oh, dude, are you?
Yes, there's a few movies that I've seen of theirs. One of them is called The Adventures of Mark Twain. It's a...
yes, you've talked about this before, yes.
Yes, it's very fascinating. I really wish I actually put it down in my top 50 somewhere, because like it's very interesting, because the entire movie, claymation. And the studio also did... They also did like various commercials in the 1980s. One of them that's very famous for maybe our parents that grew up in this, the California Raisins.
Ah, okay.
They
yes, I think I know the exact commercial you're talking about,
Yep. And they also did commercials for McDonald's, like doing chicken nuggets, for example. They've done various amounts of things. The studio's no longer around anymore, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But their spiritual successor was actually Leica, that did, Coraline, which we'll be talking about very soon later this year, hopefully. And they just did... Yeah, they are well known. Like Leica, if you don't know, is a very prominent, like the main prominent stop motion animation studio to this day. Even though they kind of teeter on how much money they actually make.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother discussion entirely. But yeah, I remember reading in an article that the original project name for the movie wasn't Brain Donors.
Oh yeah, no.
It was going to be Loose Eggs. That's why they had this opening sequence. I mean, this is not a spoiler. They had like a chicken egg that just cracked open. So but the studio did not get the memo that hey, they changed the name until way after they were already done.
Yeah, I think they changed the name a few times. It was just,
which
did not help the marketing.
Yeah, I can see that because honestly, I didn't see any of the trailers for the movie, so I was just wondering how did they even market this movie?
Oh God, probably awfully. Like
nothing new. I mean, good lord, they still mess up the marketing to this day with most movies.
But yeah, it is definitely like older style. So this is one of those movies that there is a lot of people I encounter that are like, oh, I have this like fun comedy for you. I recommend this and talk about that. But there's so many people I run into. It's like, but it's a black and white movie, and I'm just like, I don't understand why this is a problem for so many people. So what I do a lot of time is like, okay, I'm recommending this type of comedy to you, so here's this movie. Like, it's a good substitute that, like, kind of tricks them into being like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, seriously. It makes me sad that black and white movies get such a massive bad rap.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, yes, they are old, but literally, it's not that long ago when you really think about it, when black and white movies were transitioning into color.
Yeah.
So... I don't know.
We even have movies on this list that even during an age of color, they still released black and white movies.
We're not spoiling on what that is, but that'll be the last episode for the top 50 at least.
That's one of them, yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I have nothing else really to say about Brain Donors. I thought it was really enjoyable.
Yeah, no, there is some things I do want to talk about, though.
Yes.
Because there is 4 aspects I want to talk about for all of the movies. That is writing, acting, production, and design.
Writing, acting, production, and design.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bring it on. Let's go with writing first.
So writing-wise, I think this movie is really good, actually. Like, once again, we already talked about the amazing number of one-liners and catchphrases and, like, little tidbits like that. And the plot isn't, like, the main thing of the movie. It's one of those plots that you can kind of throw on the background kind of plots. Like, you don't need to be keeping up with every twist and turn.
I really think it's just like the plot just helps bring about the comedy. Like,
yeah.
Why are they involving themselves in a ballerina production? Well, this is the main plot. But, hey, it just brings about more fun physical comedy, because if you know anything about ballerina, it's all about freaking dancing.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of references to actual ballet.
Yeah.
Like, actual knowing references. because they reference notable ballerinas, they reference how to, like, actually do things. You don't know the difference between the 4th, 5th, or 6th position. Use strictly missionary position, I'll have you know.
Oh, man. Really, the strongest suit in the movie really is those one-line writing bits.
Yes.
Those are really the strongest aspects of it.
It is a very snippy movie.
Yep.
Like,
honestly, one of my favorite other lines is, shoot, how do I say this? The lawyer is going up against his, it's like the main villain of the movie. He's going up to him and he's like, "Oh, buddy, how about the..." No, it's not like that. It's, "Hey, who did your hair? And let me know how they did it."
when it's coming back.
Yeah, when it's coming back.
Hey, who did your hair and when's it coming back?
Or another one where they're in the hospital and all of a sudden, let's see, what was it? Oh, she's having a contraction, and then, oh, she's knocked out again. Crisis averted.
There might be complications. She's out again. All complications averted.
Really, the whole movie is that fast-paced.
Yes, it is a fast-paced movie. Oh my gosh.
No, honestly, like, actually, I think I know another thing that it kind of reminds me of, and it's a weird way to phrase it. It reminds me a lot of early SpongeBob episodes.
Yes,
where they're constantly just throwing jokes at you one after the other. Like, me and my wife the other night, we were watching Survival of the Idiots, which is the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick are going up to Sandy's house, and they are just constantly throwing you line after line after line.
I never thought... That is an amazing comparison, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is very early SpongeBob-esque. It doesn't have the nostalgia to it, obviously, because no one watched this movie. No one. Like, when I brought it up, you'd never seen it before.
Yep.
So,
let alone never
heard of it.
Yeah,
so.
let alone never heard of it. But yeah, like, as I was watching it, I was just like, good Lord. They're just throwing everything at you, and it's like, not at once, it's just like, hey, we're just going to give you this line here, and then this line here, and then this line here, and then this one here, and this one here, and this one here. And it's just... Good Lord.
It is a dense film. And it's very short, too. It's like an hour 20.
Yeah, it's... Actually, I think it was an hour and 18.
Hour 18? That makes sense.
I think it was the second shortest movie out of the entire top 50 as far as I can remember.
That makes sense, yeah. It's very short.
Our other short movie is coming up very soon. Not Inception, of course. It's
no, it's not Inception. It's the one after that.
Next episode. But really, the writing, like the strongest point in the writing is just the dialogue between all the characters and just the constant barrage of one-liners, one after the other, one after the other.
And then I think the acting for the movie is very good. We talked about, like, there was very small time, like, character actors that were brought to thing. I didn't say, like, extremely small time, but, like, a general audience probably wouldn't be able to recognize them.
Yeah, like, maybe you'd recognize one, maybe two, which is the older lady character. She was in, I think she was in Sopranos, the television show.
I don't remember.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I barely saw Sopranos. So
yeah, same.
Don't worry about it. I just remember seeing her name before somewhere, and of course our main lawyer actor. He is playing in The Big Lebowski
as Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
You lose step to the Jesus.
Honestly, like, there really is no bad acting in the movie.
Oh,
it's
God,
just,
no. Yeah.
It's honestly just, like, it's serviceable.
Yeah.
They get the job done.
Like, I think the main trio definitely were the standouts. They did the best job. But all of, like, the secondary character, like, they did their job perfectly. They were...
like the two love interests in the main movie. They actually did pretty well. I'd never heard of them whatsoever, but I was just like, oh, they actually did their job well.
Yeah, they didn't clog up the scene. They didn't, like, feel in the way. They were like, okay, we're literally plot devices, and we're there to, like, show that. And they drive the plot forward, and they're like, yeah, no, you did a good job.
Hey, they were good dancers.
Yeah, they didn't ham the screen.
Yep. Production.
Now,
this is always a hard one to fully judge in any movie, because what are you exactly looking for in good production? Yeah,
so production, what I'm looking for there is things like good editing, good direction, good use of props with, like, 3D animation and that kind of stuff. Yes. So, like,
personally, I say the directing from the director himself and how he was able to make sure the movie flowed really well and nothing was just interrupted all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the strongest points in the production of the movie.
Yeah. I also appreciate the keeping to the fast-paced style of the film. Yes. They make sure that it's beat after beat after a beat. They're not doing the, like, sitcom thing of, like, here's the joke.
Yeah.
Next line.
I'm gonna add in a laugh track to that just because you did. Just because you did that.
Like, there's so many comedies that are clearly people who got their start in, like, sitcoms, where they're like, okay, we need to give this break for the audience to laugh, and then we need to get to the next one, then we need to give them the break to laugh, and it kills the pacing of comedy movies.
Comedy movies, really, it's just television shows in general.
Like, we talked about the Three Stooges adaptation in the 2010s. That one's really bad about doing it.
I don't think they had a laugh track in that
They didn't have a laugh track, but they surely gave the pacing to be like, okay, now do this stunt. Now give, like, a few seconds, and now do the next stunt. And now give a few seconds, and now do the next one. Like, opposed to keeping it like the Three Stooges, where it's beat, 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 beat. Like, keep that pace, keep the energy, keep the adrenaline, keep going, going, going. Like...
No. I don't know why. I thought I saw something weird in the corner. Cut that out.
But yeah. So...
trying to keep my train of thought. Okay.
Yeah. I find that there is a lot of comedy movies, especially from that era going forward, that a lot of writers and directors got to start with sitcoms, comedies. And a lot of them were like, okay, keep the pacing slow. Because that's kind of how TV was for a lot of that period, was you're telling comedy, but you don't want it to be too fast-paced. You want to have it be slower and kind of just happening, because it's not supposed to be a thing about thinking. A lot of TV was just kind of like, people are just going to throw this on in the background, where they just got off a hard day of work. This is not like a weekends thinking thing. This is a thing that they throw on and kind of want to turn their brain off. So that's what happens with a lot of comedy for that period. And a lot of comedy directors got their start with sitcom. And then when they got a big movie, they continued the philosophy they learned from sitcoms into those movies.
Yep.
But...
even though sitcoms are way different compared to television.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly...
TV and movies are completely different mediums. I don't think enough people appreciate that.
I know. There is one other thing about Brain Donors that I was surprised about whenever I looked into it. Do you know what other movies this guy made?
What?
He made Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler.
That makes sense, actually.
This was actually during
this
was actually during the time when Adam Sandler was...
Yeah, this is his first feature film?
No, I don't think it's his first feature film. It's one of his early ones that are really beloved by people that...
Yeah, it's argued to be his best one.
Yes.
So.
Like, there's Happy Gilmore. I think he did another one. I just don't remember what it was called.
Well, I mean, he's done he's done Happy Gilmore. I'm guessing he also did Billy Madison then?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just know he did stuff with Adam Sandler. I think that was one of the other actors he wanted to bring in, other than Jim Carrey. I think it was Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and one other guy that was one of them.
Yeah, those were all, like, kind of up-and-comers, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I think this was when Jim Carrey also was just fresh off of his biopic about, what's his name? He was a comedian during the 1980s.
Yes, I know. I want to say Karloff, but it's not that. It's It starts with a K. What's his name?
Kaufman?
Kaufman, that's it.
Charlie Kaufman, that's it. Was it Charlie Kaufman?
I think it was Charlie Kaufman. I don't think it was Kaufman.
I know it was Kaufman, but I just can't
remember. I
remember
don't know the first. I think it was Kaufman.
The point is that he made a biopic about a famous comedian in the 1980s. Whole 9 yards right there. But it's not in our top 50, so
screw you. Don't worry. We'll probably cover it way down the line, but that's not... it's not high on our list.
Yep. Also, yeah, I really think that the direction, though, of the movie itself is the best part of the production of the movie.
Yes.
So...
I do think the director did a great job with it, and I do think the people behind the scenes also did a good job of keeping up with that.
Yep.
And then...
Finally, design.
Design. This is going to be things like costuming, sets... general kind of things that you just look at on the screen that you're probably not going to look at immediately. Honestly, this comes a lot more in with animation because people love to gush about design and animation.
to be fair, they do put a large amount of effort into design and animation.
Yes.
Now, the main design that I can think of is, of course, the ballerina costumes and our physical comedian constantly changing something involving either his outfit or just something in the scene itself.
Yeah. Obviously, because this is prop-based comedy, there is going to be design to that, so how, like, they do that. This is going to be everything from the actual scene where he's pulling out the computer.
Yes.
Which, great prop-based comedy, and they do great jobs with the actual prop itself, all the way to, like, basically how they design the characters to look, which I do think they did a good job, because they were clearly wanting these characters to look very different. They were wanting them to stand out in a scene.
Yes.
So I think they did a good job with kind of designing the film for them to pop, because it's not so much the costumes are loud that the main guys have, that everything else contributes to building that.
Yes.
So I think they did like a good job with that, and the movie rotates between so many set pieces considering the time. Mm-hmm. Like we said, it was like an hour 20, around that range.
Yeah.
But they are in like there's like 12 different sets in this movie.
Well, let's see. They were in L.A. to begin with.
Yep.
At least a suburb of
General L.A.
Pasadena type look.
Yeah.
And they're in a mansion.
Yep.
And then they go to a theater, backstage theater, then to New York City.
Yep.
Backstage of New York City theater itself, fancy hotel, all these other places.
And then we go into the hospital scene, the police scene.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, there's so many different set pieces. But I think that also contributes to the pacing of the movie because it's so fast-paced that they're going from place to place to place to place. And they make good use of, like, the actual places they're going to. Mm-hmm. If it's, like, even just the hospital scene with them pretending to be the doctors.
Yes.
Or, like, when he's walking into, it's like, attention everyone, there's a Mercedes on fire in the parking lot, and the entire room exploding.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Yeah.
And what about the? We are doing spoilers just in case you know. The ending climax of the movie where they're just completely ruining.
Yes.
The ballerina production.
This definitely falls within like the production design part of the movie.
Yes.
Because it is clearly like one of the most dense parts of just prop based comedy.
Yes.
Where they're like, how do we ruin a ballet? And they think of 1,000 different ways to do it. It's going one after another after another.
My favorite one is the duck hunt. You have two of our main leads coming in with guns and duck calls, and their other guy is just dressed out in a full-on, like, almost Donald Duck-esque costume, and they're just... There he is.
Yeah. And they're like, it's like running around on stage and they're just firing at it. And then he does like the cartoon fall over. And there's just like 10 dogs rush the stage. It's just like absolute chaos.
That's right. There's a large amount of dogs that run out.
Like, it is a chaotic film.
Oh my god.
And yeah, the design definitely contributes to just that chaos level of it.
Yep.
So.
Oh boy.
And now finally, would you recommend this movie to others?
Yes. In terms of like somebody that is like, how about this? Like, if there's somebody that I like, say somebody I know that does not want to watch black and white, like if I like, I'm telling them like, you should at least give those silent era movies a chance where they're physical comedy and all that stuff. They're like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, why don't you watch something that it influenced to get you an idea of what these other guys used to do back in the day?
Yeah,
I definitely recommend it.
I think this is an amazing entry-level film for if you've never watched like Marx Brothers or like even going into like other vaudevillian level comedy.
I would still say to watch those movies
obviously,
first.
yeah.
Obviously watch those first, but this is probably for like one of those heavily stubborn, refuses to watch anything made before the 1990s or anything like that. Like the opposite of a hipster where they're like, I refuse to watch anything made after 2002.
I only watch it if it was made during my lifetime.
Oh, God, yes. Or those types of people that are like, I only eat something if it is American. Now, that's a
Why don't you speak American?
Yep. But yes, I would definitely recommend this movie.
Yeah. If you're someone who likes, well, comedies in general, especially 90s comedies, this movie, though not it is a comedy from the 90s, it is definitely not a 90s comedy.
At least some of the lines, it fits into that 90s, like...
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it angst, because the 2000s were more angsty than the 90s were.
This kind of, like, weird... The 90s were weird, man. The 90s were weird.
I mean, I did not do it. It was not me. Bill Clinton, I had to. I'm sorry. I had to do that.
Listen here. Bill Clinton.
Okay.
The aristocrats.
Oh my god. Okay. Now, what would you rate this movie out of 10?
Out of 10, I would say, like, I know that this is probably weird, but I would say this is in the upper divisions. Like, either 9 or 10. I love this movie.
I would not go that high.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't go that high. This is a personal thing as to why I put it that high.
Understandable. So. I would say it's in between the 6 or 7 ranges for me.
Fair enough.
Yes. I would say a 7, as in, like, I can definitely rewatch this again and just have some enjoyment out of it. And a 6 is a general, this is good.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I wouldn't call it spectacular.
Oh, God, no, this is not spectacular.
I wouldn't call it cinema.
Yeah,
but it is definitely a fun viewing experience.
Yeah. I give it a 9 out of 10 because I know what this movie was trying to do, and I think it knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
And I have to, like, give it full applause. It deeply entertained me. I was thoroughly cinematically entertained.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. I was not bored.
Yeah.
I was not bored at all.
I could watch this movie again and still be utterly cinematically entertained. Yes. So it's hard for me to give it a low rating because of that.
I understand.
Like, if a movie manages to do that from me, like, I can continue to... It's, like, the exact same thing as Holy Grail.
Yes.
Like... yes, it's not like a cinematic masterpiece, but that's what makes it so good.
Yep. Now, since we said all that about brain donors, is there anything else? Well, for me, I know I have nothing else to say. You have anything else?
No, I give my recommendation. Yeah. So
now, let's go for the exact opposite of brain donors.
Yes.
2010's Inception, directed by the one Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Made in between his most critically acclaimed, at least publicly critically acclaimed, The Dark Knight, and other movies that he did in the 2010s. Let's be fair, there's been a lot. You have to admit, there was a lot.
There was a lot.
Yes. However, I would say Inception is without a doubt my favorite out of all of his movies.
Yes, I would say that Inception is probably Christopher Nolan's standout.
Yes.
It's one of those, it always, like, is in and out of my top 10. It, like, comes in and it comes right back out, then it comes back in and it comes back out.
Yes.
It really depends. It's just such a good movie. Obviously, this is a Christopher Nolan film, and as is with most Christopher Nolan movies, they're not thrown on the background movies at all. You need to pay attention to every second of a Christopher Nolan film.
Yeah. Yes, I definitely had that big wake-up call, because, like, I watched it split into half, and then it was like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot certain details in this movie, and then it was like, yep, pay attention. There's a lot going on, and Inception is definitely one of those where, yeah, you can't exactly just, get... Like, say if you saw this in the theater back in the day, if you got up and went to the bathroom and then came right back, you would probably miss an important detail that will be referenced later on in the movie. Mm-hmm. So...
There are, in Christopher Nolan movies in general, but especially this one, there is rarely a minute of dead air.
Yeah,
they're cut pretty tight.
He understands. I will give, like, I love Nolan movies, but I will admit in some areas that he is overrated. At least I think people overhype him to an extent. Maybe not.
I personally think it's more that he is a living, active director.
Yes.
Which, the same thing happens to a lot of living acting directors during their era. Like, I think a good example of that, Steven Spielberg, when he was active.
That's right.
He has a lot of really good movies. Like, but he also has a lot of bad movies.
Yeah.
But during his time, he was everywhere. Everyone was talking about Steven Spielberg constantly.
To be fair, like, you could say, like, his movies were seen as an event in a similar way that Nolan movies today are seen as an event. I mean, heck, just a couple years ago, the whole Barbenheimer thing.
Yep.
There was the whole debate of, which movie are you going to go see, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Yep.
Since they were both releasing in the same exact weekend.
Mm-hmm. So, I find it happens a lot because of that kind of older thing as well, where it's just, we've always done this. There's a big director, and we're like, this is this era's director, and their movies are big events, even if the movie's like, meh. It's one of those that they're such in their consciousness because it's that era's director.
Like, if you want another example before Steven Spielberg, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep, Alfred Hitchcock was another one of those.
Yes. Now, with all that said about Christopher Nolan, though, what is Inception about?
So, Inception, it is a movie following these criminal-esque kind of people that are given the task of infiltrating a dream. They're a very rich businessman, basically hires them to be like, hey, I want you to find a way, using this other guy's dreams to influence him into doing this thing that would benefit me.
Yes. So
to try to minimize the number of spoilers there. So
how about this? Like, you have a bandit of thieves that infiltrate people's dreams in order to steal ideas. And, well, a businessman comes up to the main ringleader, as you could call it, telling him, hey, y'all tried doing this to me, but I have a proposition for you. I want y'all to go into this other guy's dream and implant an idea, or as they call it, an inception. Implant this idea for me, and in return, I will do something for you. We'll go over that here in a little bit with all the spoiler talk in a bit, but bare bones simple, this is what Inception is all about.
Yeah. It is a very interesting movie. This movie also has a surprising number of characters.
Yeah.
Not like a stupid number, but like...
Well, really, it should be said, this movie has a star-studded cast.
Yes, that's more accurate.
It's insane to me whenever I look back on Inception and think, holy crap, this guy was in it, this guy was in it, and this guy was in it. Who in the hell did Christopher Nolan had to kill in order to get all of these people into one movie?
Yeah, and this was also the movie that really got, like, the spinning wheel of people being like, why is Leonardo DiCaprio not nominated for an Oscar yet?
Yeah, this was, like, the big one that really started the conversation of, hey, how did he not get an Oscar yet?
Yeah. Which, years later, he would get one for a deeply whatever movie.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a whatever movie, but he's got an Oscar now.
Yeah, the movie was literally just a catalyst for him to have an Oscar.
Yep. Yep. I mean, he was good in the movie, but it's just like the movie all around it is... meh.
But Inception
was the main one that everybody... Yeah. Everybody already knew that DiCaprio was already a good actor.
Yeah, like, already was in, like, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and people were like, oh, he's really good.
Yep. Now, this was the one that everybody was like, holy cow, this guy can really act. He's got a large amount of range. Now, we gave the whole plot and everything. Let's go into the spoilers with our quad of...
Our matrices.
Of things. So, first things first, the writing.
Yes, so, this is a very smart film in terms of writing, I would say. The writing does, in my hand, get slightly heavy-handed because every once in a while they'll do something. It's like, okay, let's explain this very quickly.
Yes.
The scene I think stands out for this the most is right towards the end of the movie where they're killing off the soldiers and, I keep trying to remember the actress's name for the female character.
That is, well, his name was Ellen Page.
Yeah.
But, the character, the character's name is, like, I just call it Adrienne, just to make it easier. But yeah, Ellen Page, if you don't know, she is now a he.
Yep.
His name is now Elliot Page. That whole thing.
Yeah.
He actually gave a really interesting interview about Inception during his time on there, because he was like, it felt really weird being the only woman character of prominence in the movie, other than this one other one that we'll get to in a minute. But
the only, like, criticism I can really give of the writing is, like, there is examples of scenes where, like, close to the end where Paige's character is talking to DiCaprio's, and they're just like, so you're killing the soldiers, right? And he's like, yes. And it's like, aren't those, like, parts of his subconscious? Like, yes. And it's like, are you killing those parts of the subconscious? Don't think about it. Like, that's basically what they do.
Yeah, in all honesty, like, it's not even just, like, stuff like that. There's a large amount of, like, heavy... emphasis on, like, explaining certain concepts in the movie, in which people will react by saying show don't tell. I think that's not the greatest advice in some instances, because if you're trying to explain a concept of your movie, you may have to literally look at the audience and say, this is how our dream stuff here works. We have different levels to all this.
Yeah.
We go into dreams within a dream within a dream.
The problem I have with it definitely feels like it's not necessary to the plot.
Yeah.
It's one of those writing pieces where it's like, okay, that could have been cut, and you just have to have confidence in your audience to, like, if they do think about it, to let them be like, okay, that's not actually that big of an issue.
Yes.
Because because the natural complexity of the movie, there are, I shouldn't say holes to it, but there are watching it, and it's just kind of like, wait, okay, I need to, like, fill this gap in myself, because the movie didn't show it to me, obviously.
Yes.
But that's, like, a natural thing that an audience is expected to do anyways.
I will say this movie is a little bit hard to follow in some instances.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like, even towards the end of the movie, I was just, like, trying to remember, oh, yeah, that's right. They are trying to implant an idea into the guy that they literally just kidnapped. And it's just like, oh, yeah, that's right. This is the main gist of the movie. They are trying, instead of stealing something, they're just trying to tell this guy, hey, do this instead.
Yeah.
Which, it really clicked home for me, because then, like, in the movie, so here we're getting more into the spoilers area here.
Yeah.
So Leonardo DiCaprio, his whole shtick is that him and his wife really journeyed into dreams together, and they literally, what the main like things that she would say is that they wanted to grow old together. Well, they did grow old together in dreams.
Yep.
But in the real world, she did not believe that where they were, like the real world that we're in right now, is real, and she tried to push Leonardo DiCaprio's character into killing themselves to wake up.
Yep.
Well, we found out why that was the case with the big reveal at the end, that the reason why Leonardo DiCaprio took the job of implanting a idea into another person's dream is because he did it to his wife. And like he said, it spread like a cancer, and well, that's why she eventually killed herself.
Yes.
Leaving behind him and his kids. And he had to go on the run because she blamed her suicide as a murder on him.
Yeah. He figured out in the past that if you go deep enough, it only takes the smallest amount to have a seed grow in someone. The deeper you go, the less it takes.
Yes.
And they went so deep together that he implanted a very small idea of a spinning top.
Yes.
Which was the symbolism through the whole movie that it's a dream.
Yes.
A spinning top means that they're dreaming.
Yes.
He implants that very, very deep, and when they get pulled all the way back, that has been put so deep into their minds that it grows.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to bring this up because it's religion, but it is a thing from the Bible that it's the parable of the mustard seed that Jesus talked about once, saying that the kingdom of God, or heaven, is like a mustard seed. It is so tiny, it is the tiniest thing in the garden, but over time, it grows into being the biggest plant in the garden. So literally, Leonardo DiCaprio just put in a seed within his wife's brain, and it literally spread to the point where there was no going back.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot fix that.
Which does lead to where the title of the film comes from, Inception, which is a kind of clever name.
Yeah.
Inception as in the origin point, and Inception as in repeating.
Yes.
So.
Alright, so all around the movie, very well written for the most part. Like, it is one of the more smartest written movies out there. Definitely, from what I remember, Christopher Nolan said that he had this idea for the movie as early as 03, 04 or something like that.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a pet project kind of movie.
Yeah,
so.
He said that he wanted to make this movie, but he needed both more experience in making movies and let the technology get to where it needed to be. In which, yeah, there is... Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to the production.
Let's move on to acting, actually.
Acting. So we talked a bit about this, but I, once again, can't name any bad actors in this movie.
Shoot, who's all in it? You have Tom Hardy, Elliot Page, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Caine, believe it or not.
Yeah, Michael Caine. Not very long in it.
No, he's only in there.
He came in just enough for a paycheck.
Yep. Who else? Who else is in this movie? Shoot. It's the Japanese character. I forgot.
Yes. What was his name? I don't remember it.
Unfortunately, I don't remember either. But it's an all-around star-studded cast. And everybody complements each other very, very well. They all play their characters very, very well. And really, there's not a bad acting in this entire movie. Heck, there are kid characters in it, but they're not in it really at all. Really, yeah. They don't even have like a full 5 minutes of screen time. But
well, the 5 minutes, if they do have 5 minutes, it's from the same repeating shot.
Yeah, same repeating shot until the very end of the movie.
Yeah, where the shot actually ends. But yeah, like, very good acting, I would say. Once again, this is a good, like, this was the movie that really started the, like, insistence of people, like, how does DiCaprio not have an Oscar? Like, how has he not won anything at the Academy Awards? And I don't think this movie really got anything at the Academy Awards either.
I think it did.
It did? Okay.
No, we'll find out later.
We'll figure it out,
We'll figure that out later. I really do think it did. Maybe it won a lot for its production and all that fun jazz. Because I don't think a single actor won.
Oh, yeah,
no.
An actor definitely did not win an Oscar for this, no.
But I wouldn't be surprised for saying...
Unless they decided for Michael Caine to get, like, an effing supporting cast.
That would be funny. I mean, it's an Anthony Hopkins situation.
Yeah.
Not even in for 10 minutes fully, and somehow still got an Oscar.
Because that would absolutely be something the Academy did for... It's like, oh, Michael Caine's in. Of course he has to get awarded.
Oh, my God. But all around, like, the acting, sublime, no issues whatsoever. The real meat of the movie, though, is the production.
Yes. So, when I think about the production of this movie, there is a great example I have, where a long time ago, this is about the 60s, 70s, Stanley Kubrick released a movie called 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yes.
And a decent amount of that movie is dedicated to showing off the technology that he developed just for that movie. And a very particular scene, which I'm not a big fan of, but I know some people are like, oh, it's so important, though, is the woman walking across the tunnel until she's... And that made use of, like, turning sets and that kind of thing. That really began developing it. And that came just kind of like a gimmick for a movie for a long time. Like, every once in a while, a movie will have a turning set, and it's just like, oh, look at this cool thing they're doing, and it means nothing. Inception is the first movie I can think of that actually made use of this technology, a proper turning set. Because they design an entire fight scene and give good reason for it to exist.
Yes, because, okay, so let's try to set the scene, because, like, trying to explain it to people and explain to the audience on how this whole thing happens. So, this is, like, the main climax of the movie, where our main characters are in a van, and they are already asleep, and they already kidnapped their subject that they're trying to implant an idea into. They're being chased, and inside of this van, they're just being whiplashed all over across the side of this van. The one character that is within the first level of a dream that is trying to make sure that everybody else inside the dream is fine, he's having to protect all of them from the subconscious fighting back. And the entire hallway of this hotel that they're in keeps just moving over side to side. Meanwhile, in the real world, they're experiencing a whole...
Yeah. They imply in the movie that whatever you experience in real life influences the dream.
Yes. So, for example, very simply, in the van, whiplashing all around because they're being chased, first level of the dream, the entire hotel is pretty much experiencing kind of like a weird earthquake, you could probably call it. Yeah. But even still, like, when you watch the behind the scenes of the movie and when they're shooting the scene, you just see this whole hallway just turning and then turning all around again.
Yeah.
And it's just like the camera just stays on this one shot, and you just see characters flung up onto the ceiling, then back down to the floor, and then on the side of the wall, and then the other side. And it's like brilliant.
Yeah. And the big stand up is when he gets pushed off the road and the whole van flips end over end.
Oh my god.
And then the whole movie is like that whole sequence is a fight scene as the room is rotating 360 degrees.
That's right.
And that's like, they make a good job without drawing emphasis to it. It's just a way of constructing a fight scene.
Yes.
And that was technology. It existed for decades.
Yeah.
But no director could actually write a scene with it.
There's only one scene, or at least another movie that kind of reminded me of what they did, but it's a little bit different on, like, their different execution, of course. It is the original Nightmare on Elm Street, where one of the main kills in the movie is Johnny Depp's character, if you're curious.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah. He is dragged into a bed by Freddy Krueger, and he's ripped apart, and then it's just blood gushing out of the bed. And how they did it was that they literally spun the room in order to make sure this whole scene would play out right.
At the wall. And the other one that also is stand out, because this is a technology that also existed for a while, which was zero gravity.
Yes.
Very shortly following this, the truck drives off a bridge, and they're now in free fall.
Oh, yeah.
And they represent this by having an entire scene within zero gravity.
Yep. Whew, boy. All around, the movie's very smart on how it's using its whole dream sequences, and it's like, hey, how far can we go and take this, actually?
Yeah.
Honestly, the funniest thing to me that I tell people about this movie, it has the longest the longest falling of a car into a body of water. Because, let's see, I think it took, like, 30 to 40 minutes for this car to fall into the ocean.
The other thing that also really surprised me about rewatching this movie, because I was taking some notes, they don't go into the first dream until halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's surprising. Like, it feels like it's almost right away, but like, wow, no, this movie is just really like, it does not feel like a hard watch. It goes by so quickly.
Yeah. It's only 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And they don't really waste any scenes, so
no.
most scenes have a purpose and everything.
But, I would say of the list of movies we have, this might be one of the best produced movies.
Yes.
This is, like, I'm going to try to point this out with a lot of the movies when we come to, like, the best written, best acting. I think this is one of the contenders for best produced.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is unbelievably well-produced film.
Yeah. Finally, best design.
Design. So, the movie doesn't have quite as much design aspects.
I'd say
there's some interesting set design. I'll go with that.
I was going to say, set design, it's fantastic.
Yes.
Like, at the beginning of the movie where it's pretty much in a Japanese, I don't want to say, what is it, it's like the Japanese mafia. They have a term for it, but I don't know what it's called. The Yakuza. Have this Yakuza-esque, like, big room and everything. Great set design there. Everything's pretty subtle. Like, everything complements everything, and it doesn't even showboat it at all.
And the set design is also done well enough that every set is so different from each other, you never have any difficulty understanding which dream you're in right now.
Yes.
So they did a good job with that to make sure it's like, okay, we're seeing that we're in the cityscape, we're on the road. Okay, so we're in Dream 1. And then it cuts to, like, the inside of the hotel room where there's, like, these very specifically designed, like, warming kind of walls. And it's like, okay, we're in Dream number 2. And then it gets to, like, the frozen snowscape and all this. And it's like, oh, okay, we're in Dream number 3.
Yes.
Like, each one is very different from each other. Just at a simple glance, you can see immediately which one you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So design-wise, that's done very well. And the other thing I'll say is special effects-wise, amazing special effects.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of CGI, but like they got really good people on this for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's not a movie, like, it's very reliant on CGI, but if you've seen any movies within the last, well, literally within this decade, how much reliant they are on CGI and how very little, like, I use this term, little they leave it into the oven to let it, like, render and stuff. They let this movie render.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there are some instances where I can tell, like, this feels like it's definitely been made in the early 2000s. No, not early 2000s.
It was late 10.
Late 2000s, I should say.
Yeah.
It still holds up pretty well.
Like, I would say the special effects in this movie, CGI-wise, are better than a lot of the CGI I see nowadays.
Yeah.
Because so many of them are just like, we need to get this out on the factory floor. Mm-hmm. We can't just let this sit here and, like, every little detail. Like, this is full-on, like, Ed Wood. The details don't matter. It's the big picture.
One of these days, we're going to talk about Ed Wood.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it at some point.
I am so excited for the day that we get to talk about him.
Yeah.
I should have written him down somewhere.
You could put the Ed Wood movie down itself, like the Tim Burton one.
We're going to talk about... How about this? We'll find out.
We'll find a way to talk about Ed Wood at some point.
Yes. Oh, man. But yeah, all around, good subtle design.
Yep.
Production is fantastic. Like, best part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Acting is sublime. And the writing is great.
Yeah, it does a perfect job across all 4 fields, but I would say production is the standout.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn about production in the movie.
But
now, here's the fun part. Would you recommend this movie?
I would recommend this movie. I have recommended this movie previously,
yes,
so...
I have too. How would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10? This is one of those that always dips between a 9 and a 10 for me. It comes in and out so quickly.
I was about to say, it's usually for me a 9, and it's closer to a 10 than an 8.
Yeah.
So, without a doubt, please watch it.
Yes. This is one of those movies that, if you're interested in a movie, like an experience movie, this is a great job for this.
I really wished that they put it back into IMAX back in 2020.
Oh, Christopher Nolan
Well,
movie.
Actually, if we were able to see it in 2020, I should say, because it would have been the 10-year anniversary.
I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan has a thing for theaters, because every movie of his is designed for a theater.
Well, I mean, Oppenheimer, I mentioned it before, though, but he literally told people, yeah, if you want to see it the way that I wished for people to see it in this inside of an IMAX with these dimensions right here and this type of stereo sound. Mm-hmm. And it's like, geez, he really cares about every little detail of the movie down to its last format production.
Yeah. He is one of the few standing directors that exist nowadays that makes everything intentionally for theaters. Because a lot of directors nowadays are kind of like, I can't expect this to get into theaters.
Honest to God, like, the one Christopher Nolan movie that I really wish would be back into theaters it's Dunkirk, and it's not about the movie parts itself. I always say the sound design is my favorite. When I saw it in the theaters back in 2017, I felt like my ears had an orgasm over and over and over again. Yes, it's a weird way to put it, but just the sounds of the airplanes and all these little things. It's like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I really wish more people put more effort into their sound design. I am a massive audiophile when it comes to that.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Do you have anything else to say about Inception?
Nope.
No?
Other than just go and see it. All
Well,
right. So.
Do you want to play us out then?
All right, everybody.
Well,
so
before we do, we should probably tell them what they have to watch next time.
That's what I was about to get to.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So for next time, we will be moving on to our number 49. It is black and white era in this episode. All right, so we will have our oldest movie, I believe, out of the entire top 50. Oh, it's not.
No.
My apologies.
Cabinet is.
That's right. Let's see. You will, for those that are wishing to watch and follow along, we will be talking about The Invisible Man from 1933.
That is about a 1 hour 10 minute expected watch time.
It's super short.
Yep.
And then we are officially starting Stanley Kubrick with Paths of Glory,
which is about an hour 40 expected watch time.
I think it's actually an hour 30 from what I remember.
Around that time.
Yep. It is made in 1957.
Yes. So 2 short ones, 2 black and white ones though.
Yep.
They're both relatively easy to get.
Yes. They're easy to find on Amazon, like through Prime and stuff like that. I don't think there really is many movies on here that are easily watched for free on like Tubi.
Yeah, no. There's unless YouTube.
Unless you find it on YouTube. But actually, yeah, YouTube actually does a very good job about free movies with ads. So it's like, yeah, it's easy to do. Now, is there anything else, Bryce?
No. That's your assignment for next time. Make sure to watch Invisible Man and Paths of Glory.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for listening. I did an Elmer Fudd there. I'm not cutting that. All right. Thank you all so much for listening and for watching. Till next time, screw you.